How you doing? Hope you're well. Thank you for being here. And yes, this is the last song from the album, from a 333 album by Matue, and this is the bonus track. So technically, I've already finished the album. So excellent. And once again, thank you all for being here throughout this whole journey. And if you want to see some more Brazilian music, reactions, reviews, whatever you want to call them, then please do hit me up on Instagram, on YouTube. I'd say Facebook, but don't do it because I never check it. So do Instagram instead. And on Threads. Yes, that's right. Parked Up Anywhere is on Threads, and I am quite active on that. So anyway, this track, I've been told and I've read that it is fully in English, so there's no point waiting for it. I've gone straight to the 30 Prom YouTube channel. So yeah, let's go. No more talking, more watching. Oh shit, that is way different. AC/DC already. Kind of reminds me of AC/DC's Money Talks. If you guys are too young, then first of all, go find out who AC/DC is, and then if you like them, listen to the track Money Talks. Way to end the album, by the way.
Like this, I think you're mine. Like this, like this, I think you're mine. Like this.
I would love to hear a Matue song that's fully in English. I would love to hear that. Whether it's rap, whether it's singing, whether it's reggae. I think, no, wait, did he? I don't think he. I need to go back and listen to the reggae tracks. I'm pretty sure they weren't in English. Maybe, obviously, some words may have been standard, but I'm saying like a full beginning to end English track.
Baby, your time. I think you're mine like this. Be worth your time. Promise I'll do my best. Sitting on my ass all day, smoking, playing silly games. Man, my life is such a waste. I'm inside this endless state, stuck in my own mental cage. All my life is just a cage.
Can we just take a moment just to appreciate how versatile this guy is? You listen to the first 5 tracks from the album, they are trap. Then you listen to the next 3-4 tracks of the album, and it's like straight from the 80s, just something different, mostly experimental anyway. Then you got a couple of tracks in between, but then it ends with something like this, just totally left field. Like, this sound was not in the album. I mean, you could probably get elements of it, like you hear a guitar in a few tracks, then you hear a nice little bass in another track. But this particular song has actually put it all together.
Now I'm found again.
This is what it's come up with.
Like this, I think you're mine.
And Matue singing in English. You can't get better than that.
Like this, I think you're mine, like this. Baby, your time, I think you're mine like this. Be worth your time, promise I'll do my best.
promise I'll do my best. Does that sound like he's saying, like, you know, mentioning 30 prom in there, but ending it with a promise I'll do my best? Or am I just reaching? I don't know. If any of you guys watching this are friends with Matue or any of the gang from 30 prom, then please do send them this video, and I would love some information back. Thank you very much. Get over how much that sounds like AC/DC. I can't get over it. It's unbelievable. There we are, guys. There we are. A full 12-track album reviewed on this channel. And again, if you haven't hit subscribe by now, then I seriously don't know what's going on. Like, maybe your fingers don't work, maybe your mouse has been cut off, maybe the subscribe button doesn't appear for you on YouTube, I don't know. But otherwise, please do hit it. And now, obviously I've reviewed track by track, so I'm not going to get into a whole thing about it. But for me personally, tracks like 1993 and Awesome were brilliant. 1993 was a bit more personal, like coming from his own point of view, which is I'm always happy to hear artists do that, and I like Matue's take on it. 1993 was really nice. But yeah, like Awesome was probably second favorite. Yeah, I can't change it. 1993 was definitely my favorite. Awesome was my second favorite. And moving on down the list, well, up and down the list sort of thing. Crack on Muzzilon was really nice. The track that he had with Brandao 85, that was really good as well. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Brandao's beat, and I think he had a hook in that as well, which was really nice. And the rest of them, I don't want to say mediocre, because they weren't mediocre. I mean, at the very least, they were very experimental tracks. And again, you got to give props to an artist who does that. And because you're taking a big risk, you know, there's been people in my comments and my Instagram saying, "Oh, I've been listening to Matue for a long time, and this was not his best album," and because of different tracks that people weren't used to, the experiments. But for me, you know, you have to listen to an artist, whether you know him or not. You have to listen and just try and figure out, like, you know, what the artist's vision is towards the album, towards the project. Like a prime example would be Eminem's Relapse. You know, for a long time, people were hating on Relapse, to the point where even Eminem himself hated on Relapse. But I'll be honest with you, Relapse is one of my favorite albums, like, of all time. It is such a great album because he was so experimental, and he sort of brought the best out of himself from a situation which he kind of had to drag himself out of. And I feel like with Matue, I think, you know, there's no reason to stop experimenting. You know, sometimes you gotta have your sound and just keep that as a main theme throughout, which I think he did, to be honest. When you listen to the music, to the actual beats themselves, he tried to keep it as in theme as possible. You know, like I said, the guitars, some horns. He had obviously some really lovely bass in most tracks, and the first few tracks were trap anyway, so, you know, they were always with the 808s. But yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed the album, to be honest with you. If I had to give it a rating out of 10, which apparently I'm going to do now, I'd say that is a solid 7.5, probably a 7. I'm going to go with a 7. It's solid 7 in my opinion. Do I think it could do a lot better? Oh, 100%. I think it can do a lot better. However, that is not to say that this album was bad or he was bad or anything like that. I think he experimented. Some tracks paid off, some tracks didn't. Like Maria, for example, didn't really pay off in my opinion. I just wasn't a big fan of that. And like I said, that was the biggest drop off on the albums. From the 12 tracks, that was the biggest drop off. There wasn't one quite enough like that. And a lot of people like Castlevania. I wasn't like, it was okay, but it wasn't the best track on the album. And like I said, for me, it's probably 1993 or Awesome, because they were just great. Awesome was such a different track that I really, really loved. And like this as well, this was quite nice. If the lyrics a bit more repetitive, and the fact that he obviously, you know, did it in English is quite nice. Nice little touch, especially for foreigners like myself. And I feel like with Matue, the bigger that he gets, he'll need to incorporate more English. And that's not me saying that, oh, he should speak English because the world does. No, I'm saying, like, you know, it depends on what he wants. And if he wants a wider audience, then yeah, you're gonna have to do some tracks in English, or at the very least add CCs to your main videos. 30 prom, add CCs to your main video. Get artists like Vanda from Jesus Christ, from Cambodia. Wow, I just went brain dead there. So you get artists like Vanda from Cambodia, and obviously I don't speak the language, but every track of his has English translations, and it has made him more accessible, so much more accessible, to the point where I literally wait, and I cannot wait for Vanda tracks to drop, because I know they're gonna have the lyrics, and I know I'm gonna like be able to follow along, at the very least know what's going on. But that's my take on this album. Yeah, those are the changes. If you're not going to do majority tracks in English, then that's absolutely fine. You know, you are in no way obligated to do that. But if you could add CCs to your songs, that would be excellent. Whether a music video or a visualizer, that would make it so much more accessible to everyone else. And more universal as well, so, and a far, far wider reach. So, yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Was I wrong? Was I right? It doesn't matter anyway. They're all opinions, so, you know, everyone's got them. It's irrelevant, but I would like to have a conversation about this, so please hit me up anywhere you can find Parked Up Anywhere. And I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here, for following this whole series of videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay alert.